The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and
moment
gentlemen,
of
welcome back
creation
to the W
is
Black
a
the
form.
Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I am your host, Black Jack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta and our Abner Eisen, as we are here for the second half of Day 5 of Division 1 here in the final week of the first season. That's right, the final week is live, and Division 1 is about to finish up half of its first week, and it is gonna end, the beginning of the end is gonna start with Monka S taking on Team L2K on the map of Villa. A big game coming up for all of our viewers at home, which will be live on your screens in just a quick moment with the ban phase. And this is a big one because both of these are majors teams, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. L2K and Monka S have both qualified for the South Asia Majors, the November Majors, excuse me, that will be coming up later on this month. Big strides for our region, but more on that on a later time as we are here on Villa with this game. Probably one of the best games of the season. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
I mean, absolutely, I do agree on that, Jack. We actually did know that Monka S lose their winning streak against Kira Esports. Now, with them going against L2K on map, Villa is going to be an interesting map to watch. First ban comes in from the attackers. It is going to be the Blackbeard being banned on map, as Monka S will follow it up with a Jackal ban. Those two important operators when it comes to finding information on the defenders and also winning has a higher chances of winning gunfights thanks to the Blackbeard's rifle shield will no longer be in play in this map. As we proceed to the defenders ban phase, there is a higher chances where we might be able to see a Mira ban, but looks like Monka S is going to ban the Maestro. Now, hopefully, in the last defense round, we may be able to see a Mira ban because especially on a map like Villa and the side being on AVG, there's a higher chance where the defenders can be able to win it. But looks like they are going to ban the Valkyrie. Now, fun fact. We do know that definitely is on Team Monka S, and Skipper is on L2K. The two players who used to be on Vector Sports are now going head to head against each other, and it's going to be an interesting sight to look at because Man, this is one of the most anticipating match that I have to witness here. Talking about the rosters on the side of Team Monka, as we have Firefly, I move to Lion, QB, definitely, and Jora. And on the side of Team L2K, JV, Skipper, Blank, Fatals, and Nos. And the site is going to be on second floor AVG. It's quite interesting to see that the Mira is not being picked, and looks like they will go with the Jaeger Wumai combo. And yeah, as I was talking about it, the skipper in L2K and Monka S, and definitely on Monka S, going to be an interesting side to watch.
Definitely, old teammates reunite, and this is going to be a match to watch out for a lot of reasons. One of them being the fact that what Baba just said, Skipper and definitely a noob reuniting, but against each other for the time being. This is going to be a big game, and this is a rivalry that I really hope to see flourish between both of them coming in as former teammates, as stories like that are always fun to follow through with, ladies and gentlemen. And someone like me who's a sucker for good stories, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to this one as we get underway with the first round between Monka S and Team L2K. And again, a reminder, both of these are qualified. Both these teams are qualified for the November major, so they have everything on the line this month. Not specifically this game, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be trying their hardest to outplay each other and learn exactly what the other has in mind and in store going forward. Looks like there's going to be a lot of barricades in play from the side of Team L2K today, as they really want to slow down the push from Monka S, but is that going to work? Meanwhile, well, my Magnets are going to catch a few utilities here and there, but there's the Banshee taken care of from the Ash. That is QB starting things off on the utility side of things and giving Firefly a clear way up on towards the second floor. As QB himself has actually gone all the way out from Art Study and into the main balcony rappel area. Firefly, kind of alone right now. He's waiting for Jora to come around, and Jora will join him, but there's Skipper. He's got to be careful of that. Shots are going to be fired any second now, as Sean is trying to play vertical, but the Wumai is going to fall back as Blank is going to find QB. In the meanwhile, body has been dropped, and it's the first one, ladies and gentlemen, as now Blank is looking to support Skipper in this main stairs push that the Montaigne is trying to make. He's got to be careful, mind you, because there is a Thatcher, definitely a noob, rappelling on the balcony as well. Verticality is being played in the meanwhile as Sean from below, I move to Lion, that is, trying to destabilize the hold from the Wumai. He's definitely pushed him back a fair way, and he's got a lot of ammo in that skeleton key of his, but definitely Noob is going to find Fatals in the meanwhile, and there's a body from JV who finds Jora. A couple of big drops come out, but more importantly, Monka S have been pushed back pretty well as EMPs are going to start coming out from Thatcher. Oh, Blank's gonna find one more. That's definitely Noob off the board. It's a 2v4, all down to Firefly, and I move to Lion, and both of them are still down below. The Montaigne on the main stairs has managed to fend off the defenders for long, but oh, what a beautiful shot right there from Ishan. Very well done. The Buck finds one head. He's got to find a couple more alongside the Montaigne, as Legion's Goomines are gonna stop Firefly from pushing up for the time being. They need to open up the soft wall for Firefly to pass through, but it's not going to happen just yet. There's a push around 90 that Firefly seen. He's going to ADS. That's a brave decision right there. And he somehow manages to get away with it unscathed. Reshields back up as Firefly is going to join Buck. But there's the Goomine in his shin. He's got to take that out, and he will. But there's JV right here, and he will take two. Firefly and Ishan drop, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, as L2K, with a beautiful first defensive round on second floor AVG, are going to take round one. And Monka's attack leaves a little to desire as we move to round two.
Well, an impressive play coming in from Blank, making sure that he would get those early kills, and he did exactly that. As we proceed to round two, second floor trophy is going to be the site with the same operators picked from both the teams. Maybe some different picks, as definitely decides to use the ace, while QB will be the one who's going to be playing as the Thatcher. Quite interestingly, I just realized in most of the maps, we do see a standard Thatcher ban, but since Thatcher is still in play, it would be wise for him to. It would actually be a better idea to be playing as the Thatcher, but I do think that there will be another play because Thatcher will be able to disable the gadgets from the defenders, but it cannot disable an impact trick, which in fact is going to happen on the Sanctuary Room. Maybe a particular operator, just like the Legion or the Melusi, who has the hand of the impact nade, will be able to trick out any utilities. But quite sadly to say, they haven't banned any hard breaches, so that means the attackers still have either a Maverick, Ace, Thermite, or Hibana. So they have their own, sets of weapons that they need to open it up. We do see a deployable shield being placed as Fatals will be the one to trick the walls on Sanctuary Room, as Nos will be the one who's going to be doing the room duty, holding in at the aviator room. Well, action phase will be in play as we see Skipper taking back the deployable shield and making sure to place it in a particular place where the bandit won't have any problems placing those bandit tricks, especially if the attackers try to push in. We do see two players spawning in from the main entrance and the other two spawning in the fountain, as the push is going to be on the closet room and the bedroom. While we do see Ishan drawing out towards the dining and kitchen, just to make sure that there won't be any a C4 plays like either the Pulse or the Mozzie. Most of the time you do see a particular defender who would hold on those particular positions, but with the attackers taking control and giving more of those intels, they should be free to focus on the site. We do see Nos prepping up a run out right from the 90s window, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to find anything just yet. But he still needs to be careful of Blank. We did see him in the first round getting 3 important kills on the side of Team L2K. It was mainly the reason why L2K did win in the first place. But now, round 2, we do see the EMP being in play as the Fatals is just waiting for the confirmation to come in. There you go. The trick would come in, tricking up the one part of the Selma breaches, as the impact nade from the Sophia will be able to remove it out. Hopefully, thinking of using a nade to eliminate the bandit trick. Apparently going on from the statue. No, it's going to be the Buck. Using the skeleton key will be able to force the bandit to go back from the statuary room. But looks like Scaper is going to find one. That's an early kill, eliminating Jora, but the cost of his own life. He will be downed, but not out just yet. Fatals will be there to pick him up, but no, he's not going to pick him up either. Definitely eliminating one, and Nos was there to eliminate the Ishan. JV on the other hand with the T5 SMG will be able to eliminate QB, but definitely needs to be careful. He's going to win that yet another gunfight, eliminating Blank. Make that a triple kill for definitely, as he eliminates his former teammate Skipper. And with that, JV, the man we did see he used to make clutches on Villa, can he be able to do it again with him playing as the Legion? He still has those impact nades. He'll be able to somewhat try to eliminate him. A lot of damage being dealt to Firefly, but he is safe for now. And quite sadly, Legion doesn't have his impact nade, but he has the poison, in which Firefly is in a grave danger. He needs to get those kills. He needs to eliminate Legion, or else he has a higher chance of disabling the diffuser. The push comes in, will be able to melee it, but in the end, we do see definitely getting a 4K, eliminating JV. As we take a look at it in ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 2 goes to the favor of Monka S with an impressive play from definitely 4K to his name, the ace, the AK in hand. And round 3, with the score being equalized, we do see them L2K defending on second floor trophy as the score is equalized.
1-1 is the scoreline going into round 3, and the irony of Ace getting a 4K is not lost on us, ladies and gentlemen, as we will move into second floor trophy and statutory once again from both teams, more specifically, of course, Team L2K's defense. And this time, once again, we've got the Melusi being brought in by Blank and the Montaigne from Firefly. Actually, the last round was a pretty good display of the current way the guard break works on Montaigne, because pretty much he's the one it's directed at anyway, but might as well make it for all shields. And interestingly enough, outside of standing on that doorway, Legion wasn't able to inflict any damage via meleeing the shield. It did move. It does expose his legs, but without an angle, without pushing Montaigne to a corner, you can't exactly see it. You can't exactly get it too much. And JV, unfortunately, wasn't able to put that to his advantage. Then again, pushing Montaigne into a corner isn't exactly advisable, because then he can just unshield and whack you into the ground. So you know, it's give or take. It's really just touch and go with Montaigne. A good Montaigne player will punish you for anything you do, and passive Montaigne just doesn't really do anything. That's right. Action phase will commence here in round 3 right here as the bad jokes continue to flow from our mouths, ladies and gentlemen. This time, L2K's defense needs to you know, spark up a little bit. They need to just bring themselves together a little more, especially on this site. Last time, it looked a little messy. It looked a little all over the place, and they need to clean that up. Monka's attack isn't exactly all that tied together either, and it's not their coordination, it's their execution where they need to step it up. Losing bodies while making the push into site and having to rely on one person making a 4K isn't exactly the best thing in the world. Sure, it's morale boosting, but it's still not the best thing in the world, especially when you're playing against another majors team. So both sides are going to have to keep this in mind as Blank has gone for the roam already down below on first floor kitchen. Interesting enough, he's also running the vertical grip on that MP5. I don't know if he knows if the angle grip is there, but vertical isn't exactly a terrible option either. Right now, L2K needs their roamers to stay alive, especially for the bandit right there. Fatals is going to really want the Melusi to be alive towards the mid-round because verticality will be played, and you can bet that that will be used against the attackers as soon as possible. But right now, Blank is still allowed to be played as Zophia's concussive grenades are used as an attempt to shutting down the bandit, and it kind of works, kind of not at the same time, as that summer breach will not be triggered. In fact, as there we go, the second one goes off. Looks like it was useful from Jora's end to use all of those lifelines from his end to allow the summer breaches to go through. And now there's a push from Astronomy as the Montaigne has been spotted but fails to find one, and QB will refag instantly. Nos is coming up the Astronomy stairs. That's a bad claimer, by the way, as JV finds one more. QB goes down, and that's the diffuser drop inside the bathroom, but definitely has found JV in the meanwhile, forcing Nos back down below. He knows the Claymore's down there at the drone hole, but there's Skipper who's going to be found by definitely a noob, leaving only Melusi and the Jaeger down below. And that leaves the site wide open for the side of the attackers, at least for the time being. Main stairs push-up is in. Nos is here. Blank coming up. Astronomy slowly. You will see the Montaigne. Not quite yet. Smokes are going out. The Montaigne's the one with the diffuser. Blank will hear this. Is the ace covering? Not quite. He misses the diffuser. He's going to turn around, but it's a little too late. And there's Nos for cover finally, dropping the diffuser in a little bit of a scramble as the ace takes one more. Definitely noob once again on a triple kill. And he's got to find one more, or he's got to get the diffuser off. It's him versus Nos. A 1v1. And Nos knows that he needs to just hide. Definitely noob. He's going to plant behind the bomb. Good choice for cover. Nos is going to hear this. He's trying to get in, but that knife, all right, just a little bit of noise being made. Will the AK-12 find him? No, it won't. So close, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. Once again, a bit of a scramble between both teams as Monka S's attack, like I said in the last round, it was found lacking, needed a 4K to really move into the round, and this time once again definitely Noob had to pull out all the stops, but it was not enough today, as it is now 1-2 in favor of the defense. L2K in the lead going to round 4.
Well, a very good attempt from definitely getting those kills at a perfect moon, but he did not get the perfect cover for Firefly as he was trying to plant the diffuser. It wasn't even on the default side, and Melusi didn't even know exactly where Monty was planting. A little bit, if definitely would have given cover right from the sanctuary entrance, would give them a good amount of opportunity. But lack of intel was the reason why Monka S couldn't get to eliminate the entire team L2K as we proceed to round 4. Second floor EVG being the site, as we do see in the all chat. Complimenting the shots that have been given from Team L2K. A very impressive fights being given on from both the teams too. But we'll see who's going to be the victor here. With Team L2K winning 2 rounds on defense with a very close round win on round 3. Hopefully we may be able to see some good defense strategies coming in from L2K, knowing the fact that in the previous round we did see Blank playing as the Melusi decides to defend on first floor dining room, in which it did work a bit, but they did had yet another backup to make sure that if one does not work, we do have the second, and that would be the Zophia's concussive nades to make sure the bandit won't be able to trick it. So without further ado, action phase will be in play. The players of Monka S, at least 2 or 3 players, will be spawned in the fountain, one in the ruins, and that is going to be the QB with the Thatcher. All he needs to do is to get either the walls open on the reading room. And also, they need to be careful of those high ground potentials, especially where JV is holding on to with a great amount of angles being held. And I believe that was the Wamai taking quite a bit of damage to Firefly, but Blank will be there to get that first early kill, eliminating Ishan, the player who used to make quite a lot of advantage for the attackers in the first round. Unfortunately, he won't be able to get it in round 4. A beautiful shot from Blank as he eliminates the window of reading room. He casually falls back to the statuary room, making sure that he would be very strong. Actually, Blank is thinking of going for a spawn peek there, hopefully to get another one, but he's going to get denied, and I believe that is going to be definitely holding the angles. He knew what kind of plays Blank will be able to do, especially being that aggressive, and eliminating him will be able to give a freedom. But will it though? We do see Nos going for that peek yet again from the window as Firefly decides to push in from the main stairs, irritating. The Wamai will be forced to rotate back to the site. And with Firefly gaining control of the 90s hallway, he will give good amount of information to his teammates, but unfortunately he won't be able to get the frag just yet. Well, we still do have quite a lot of time for the defenders to immediately go for the drone in. Hopefully that execute doesn't have a problem, but looks like Skipper wants to do something aggressive, and it will eventually work out, eliminating Firefly, who was apparently trying to take out the Legion Gumai. Evidently, he did not expect Skipper pushing in from the 90s, getting the kill, and he falls back without any cover being displayed from either the Zofia. Basically, Zofia was too late to save his teammate. We do see a smoke being thrown out from definitely as Nos gets Nos eliminates definitely, and Fatals with an impressive SMG kill to eliminate Jora. As we take a look at an ACT Fibernet instant replay, round 4 goes to Team L2K. A solid defense for the past 2 rounds. As we proceed to round 5, Monka S is having a lot of problems on attack. Maybe if they could kind of know what kind of strategies that Team L2K is going, especially Blank, who is always getting those early frags. He always goes aggressive, getting those two kills, and deciding to just go for a yet another a spawn peek right from the master bedroom window. Even though definitely was there to quickly eliminate him, they had a lot of problems dealing on the site, in which the execution phase, as I would talk about it, didn't quite out work well. So if they do, however, control or manage the aggression from L2K, maybe they can be able to salvage this one out. 6 pick coming in from L2K as we see a pulse being brought up from Skipper. I believe he just changed from the Womai to the pulse, quite interestingly. And the site being on first floor dining, it is going to be interesting because those cardiac sensors will be able to detect what kind of position that the attack is going to be, especially on the second floor master bedroom and on the laundry room, in which it's going to be the attack's first push. So I do have to apologize for not letting you speak there, Jack, so I'll just finally leave the mic back to you now.
Well, all of that aside, round 5 will be underway, ladies and gentlemen, in the action phase almost right there, as Team L2K's defense has come out very strong today. Monka's attack has left a lot to be desired, honestly, and they are gonna need to clean that act up, specifically in that last round. For whatever reason, they seem content to push up one by one. It's like one of those 80s action movies, you know, where the villain's henchmen, they're just slowly pushing the protagonist one by one instead of ganging up on them. I don't know why they do that. They even do that to this day, even in superhero movies. I don't know why. But that kind of reminded me of that. I don't know why. Weird analyses aside, Monka's attack. Oh, no. I was talking about the attack. What was that barricade placement right there from Skipper? That's a little bit too late in the round, my friend, as he will go down. A laundry barricade will probably not happen. QB is going to take that first kill. Nice and early. Mind you, that was also the pulse, which is very, very crucial as Firefly has already pushed into the laundry door, and responding to that and the fact that benches are going off, there's going to be a gas grenade thrown in this region, but there's Selmas being detonated as well, meaning the site push is really coming in from Monka S. They want to take the site, but there's an extended hold from inside the Memorial that the Montaigne has to be careful of. Nos dealing a little bit of damage to Firefly, not a whole lot, as Fatals has pushed up into Pantry in the meanwhile. Watching the window over the stairs, just making sure nobody gets the bright idea to drop in, as Firefly is causing crossroads a little bit here. He needs to push in. Oh, will the Jaeger spot it? Oh no, I moved to Lion. He missed him, and Blank, he's missed the sledge. Now he's got to go to chase him. Will he find him? He sees the sledge. Will he take the kill? Yes, he will. Finally finding Ishan. Will he find one more? Yes. No, he won't. He's going to get dropped in the meanwhile. Bodies are dropping all over the place as JV has found definitely an in the meanwhile. A couple of defender bodies are gone, and it's now a 3v2. The Montaigne is in sight. He could go for a big play right now, or the plant. He's got cover, arguably speaking, QB and Jora from above. Oh, beautiful shot right there as the Melusi goes down. Jora gets a double for himself, leaving Fatals in a 1v3, a fatal position, as he will find one beautifully done. He should hear the drop on Pantry Stairs. There we go. He's gonna peek. Yes, he is. SMG comes out again. It's now a 1v1. The Montaigne's all on his own. He's gonna try and aim, but Fatals will see that. He's seeing the Montaigne just extend and retract his shield. He's gonna have to get that U-mine out, but there's a push up from the smoke, and Fatals, hello! The man with the SMG gets the third head of the round, and he will make a 1v3 clutch, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. Beautifully done for L2K's defense, as they will take round 5 on first floor kitchen and dining room, and we will be moving to round 6 with L2K 4-1 up on Villa against Monka S.
Well, as we proceed to round 6, the final round for L2K defending with a 4-1 lead against Monka S. It is not going to go well. If Monka S, at least if they do, however, try to defend second floor trophy, they shouldn't have any problems in the second half, since Monka S will be the one who's going to be defending. Now, Blank, he was quite lucky enough knowing that Ishan, who's apparently pushing in from the bathrooms, did not, however, drone properly, and with that, due to the reason why Blank got an opportunity to eliminate him, but the instant refrag did come in as Joro was there to eliminate him. But in the end, my god, I did not expect it to see, I believe that was Fatals with the smoke. SMG 11 in hand, 3 kills, back to back. One actually was a wall bang right from the laundry, and then the second was basically a push coming in from the basement, and the third was the Montaigne, in which he was apparently had a Legion 2 mine stuck, so he had to remove it, or else he would be in a constant damage. So round 6, we do see quite a lot of utilities being placed near the statuary room, and an ADS is being placed, especially for those Zophia's concussive to be denied. As we proceed to the action phase, yet again, the spawns will be on ruins, except Jora is going to be spawning in on the fountain. The Thatcher, he'll be able to at least be able to disable, and has a higher chances that he can be able to take out the ADSs, so that if the Zofia tries to use the concussive nade, it will detonate rather than disable it. We do see Nos on the roaming game yet again, this time in the second floor gaming room, and Blank yet again deciding to go for a aggressive peek as best as possible. He's just waiting for that perfect timing to just go for that run out and hopefully be able to eliminate them. As we do see, there are apparently more than 2 players who used to be in the roof, now will be inside the courtroom. Actually, yeah, with that, Blank is actually thinking of going for a run out here, maybe to eliminate those particular players who are apparently outside the roof, but unfortunately no one is actually outside the roof. They are inside the building of second floor master bedroom, and looks like Ishan with that perfect nade is going to eliminate Fatals. I believe that was right from below. Actually, it wasn't. It was actually from the reinforced wall, on the top of the reinforced wall, as he eliminates the bandit. Excaro's pellets being detonated as the walls of the statuary room will be opened. JB, he just need to wait for the Nomad to push in. Firefly's been taking quite a lot of damage with the Legion Goomine, but QB will be the one to take out Skipper. An important frag, and JV is in a bit of a trouble here. With the two angles, need to be careful as we do see Ishan eliminating Nos. We do see L2K in a difficult positioning. With the control of Saturated Room, all they need is to eliminate JV, but looks like they won't. Eliminating QB, but he will be instantly refragged from none other than Firefly, who will proceed to go for the plant. Push comes in from Blank, but he will fail as Ishan will win round 6 for Team Monka S as we proceed to role swap, where we do see them defending and Team L2K on attack. 4-2 is going to be the score line with the L2K on lead in the first half. Let's see if the round will be able to change for Monka S as they are on defense.
Round 7 roll swap is about to be underway, and what a beautiful lead L2K has for themselves. 4-2 going into the attack. It's definitely given them a good cushion to fall back on if things get dicey, but instantly, now that Monka S is on the defense, they are switching it up. Their opening site is going to be first floor kitchen and dining, and they're bringing in the Mira in addition to the Pulse. Mira as an operator, I don't think we got to see from L2K's defense, so this should be pretty interesting how they go about playing around this Spanish defender that is in the game right now. Speaking of which, first floor is also a pretty interesting site because verticality is pretty important, or the lack thereof. Why I say that is because if Monka's roamers are able to deny the verticality from L2K, say taking out the Buck, the Zofia, and the Ash, you know, you look at those operators as soft breach operators to begin with, then the defenders down below are going to have a much better time just sitting around in the good positions without being forced to move from the attacker's end. There's going to be a Mira Black Mirror as well above inside a statutory. You can see Firefly right there. It's definitely a noob. He's got to be careful running around on the top floor, especially around those windows and doors facing outside. He doesn't want to get wallbanged from the exterior of the building just yet. You know, he's not gonna be carelessly moving around just right now. And you know, just got to be a little bit aware of the fact that some pre-fires might come in, some might not. Best not to take a gamble. Meanwhile, QB's gonna go down. That's the Pulse once again gone. And this has been a thing apparently for both these teams. First floor dining, and the Pulse is the first to fall. QB goes down as L2K will secure one, but there's the refrag in from the Zofia going down. Definitely Noob comes in, chiming in with a kill of his own as Skipper will fall. 4 versus 4, and we're just about to cross the 2-minute mark. It is definitely going to be a heated battle between both of these teams. And Monka being on the defense. Oh, that's an attempted smile face. There we go. There we go, Sean. Nice one. It suits the wall. It suits the wall. Anyway, come back to the point at hand. 4v4, we've just about crossed the minute 45 mark. Pretty early for a couple of kills, and that's not really going to change the way either team plays around. For the most part, it will change a few positions here and there as they have to adjust for one player being missing. But Nos is going to find one and get refragged onto by Firefly. Firefly gets refragged onto by Fatals. It's a couple of bodies being dropped on second floor right now, and the Ash and the Buck are alive while the Roamers are gone. It's all down to Ishan, that is Imo to Lion, and Jora, and that's a C4 from below, but all it's done is down the Fatals, who is still alive. He will be confirmed onto finally, leaving the only 2 attackers remaining, the Ash and the Ace. Trying to get in through Laundry, but the hard breach will be impossible, seeing as the mute jammers are there to shut down that exact attempt from the operator, as JV stuck inside a Laundry and facing Jora on the main entry, as Blank is going to take him down. In the meanwhile, the mute drops, and it's all down to Ishan suddenly in a 1v2 clutch situation. L2K's attack seems to be working out, at least in the late round right now, as flashbangs are going to be thrown, but the Ash is spotted. That's diffuser drop. Will he find one more? It's all down to the last operator, and that is JV. He needs to hold on as much as he can inside a Laundry, and it's all down to these last 2. I move to Lion. He's just alive in there as he can't even go for the plant. JV knows this, but Ishan will peek, and JV will drop And that is Monka S taking round 7 on the defense. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. The 1v2 from Ishan comes out as the 416 will ring true, giving Monka S another closer chance to equalize, putting them 3-4 on the map of Villa as we move to round 8, second floor Aviator and Games Room.
A beautiful start coming in on Monka S's defense, winning round 7 on first floor dining. Second floor AVG is going to be the side with a Mira being picked on the side of defense. Now, on the first half, we did not see L2K picking the Mira, and now on the site, as I was most probably afraid of, it will be very difficult, knowing for the fact that reading room would be impossible for the attackers to apparently push in and get the control of it. But we'll see what's going to happen. As we did check on the scoreboards, 10 kills to definitely on the team of Monka S. Quite an interesting lead, and the JV with a total of 8 kills. We did see Blank with a total of 6 kills, and also quite a lot of early kills on the side of defense. And great use of the floorboard, especially on the second floor master bedroom, to eliminate Jora, who was apparently trying to hide in near the bomb site. Well, with that, round 8 will be in play. We do see a bandit being picked on Monka S, and that is going to be the bandit. Actually, QB playing as the bandit. I do have to apologize that I just said bandit twice. So with that, action phase will be in play. We do see a vigil being picked from definitely. So maybe we might be able to see some heavy aggressive plays coming in from the vigil, and 2 of the mirrors being placed quite interestingly on the aviator room. Definitely thinking of holding in from the first floor dining room to make sure that there won't be any IQ with those RED scanners, especially to try to take out any utilities, which even counts Jaeger's ADSs, bandit charges, or a Vigil's gadget, you name it. But we do see QB holding in on the windows near the trophy entrance. He may be able to get one, decides to go aggressive, and he will get it. Blank goes down, QB with the early frag, and L2K is already in ape trouble. You see a Nos with the RED scanner trying to pick up what kind of utilities that they have on the side of defenders. Most probably a cameras from outside. Actually, I just realized that Valkyrie has been banned on the side of defense, which 2 of those operators, that would be the Maestro and the Valkyrie. So there won't be any intel operators being played, but they do need to be careful upon those gadgets, as I mentioned earlier. We do see Fatals getting the control towards the astronomy room as he starts to push in slowly towards the 90s hallway. A Claymore being placed just to make sure that there won't be any pushes coming in from the defenders. Although there is a Nomad in play, they could have been way much more difficult for the defenders to take out the jabs, but unfortunately they have to apparently adapt to whatever the operatives pick they have. We do see Fatals using the Sledge's hammer quite interestingly on the trophy room, which can be able to hold an angle at the particular place that they're in. Well, the 90 push in which definitely was holding on will be able to fall back to the side. And just as I was talking about, the attackers have a lot of problems getting control on the reading room, because why, there is a mirror wall being placed, and that is giving a lot of time for team L2K to strategize on what kind of push that they need to go. A lot of time being taken out as we see Fatals eliminating Jora. That might be a weakness that L2K need to push in through the side. Getting the control on 90 and Skipper eliminating QB is actually a good idea for them. Well, here comes another kill from Fatals as he eliminates Firefly. All they have to do is go for the push in, but I move to line will be there for the refrag. Eliminating Nos. Here comes double kill from Ishan, and definitely to the rescue, eliminating Fatals, which leads to JV, the ace, to clutch it out on a 1v2 situation. Currently holding on the landing zone. He only has 12 seconds left. He needs to find 2 players. Default plant is not an option because the diffuser is gone down, as Ishan, with a perfect pick, will be able to eliminate JV. Monka S winning round 8 on defense as we proceed to round 9 with a look at it in the ACT Fibernet instant replay.
A beautiful Beautiful round coming out from the side of Monka S as round 8 will go to them 2v4 right there. And that is why you do not want to underestimate this team at all. L2K know that, and they know that very well. But even then, there are just sometimes you can't get a win over them, even if it is down to a 4v2. With the scoreline being equalized right now, we've got a 6-pick coming in from Jora out of the clash into the meta, bringing in the Spaniard defender. Is he going to confirm, though? He doesn't have time to change out anyway, as meta will be brought in for a second floor trophy and a statutory room. As we load into the match right now, mind you, these two teams aren't exactly unfamiliar to these sorts of situations. As, oh dear me, I was about to comment on Definitely Noob being on 11 kills right now, double digits for him, but the man has disconnected. As QB has confirmed, we will be going into a rehost right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's unfortunate, but it has to be, as a rehost will have been called from the side of Monka S, and we will hopefully get all the players back as soon as possible without any farther delays. The point that I was talking about, just for a second there, was the fact that as I have a look at the standings, excuse me, right there, for the division, as of the end of the last week, of course, Monka S currently stand on second, going 3-2 up on their win-loss ratio, and a very good round conversion rate for themselves. While Team L2K are just below them, and Demon's Force having won 3 and lost a game. They've played one less game than Monka S, that is true, but even then, it's a fairly good position that they are on. The top 4 in the entire league right now. Just below Union Gaming, Monka S, and Demon's Force. Fourth isn't exactly a bad place, but they would like to be higher, and beating Monka S will be putting them higher, especially if they do it in a good state of round conversion. The more rounds you get on your opponent, the more defined your win is, the better it will be for your stats in the leaderboard. Both teams know this, of course, and they'll be looking into getting a, a runaway game from here on out. Both teams need 3 rounds to win from this point out, and if they get those 3 rounds, that will count to their round conversion rate, and that will put them higher in the leaderboard. For the time being, however, that is the standings as it were. Demon's Force, of course, earlier, they played, well, actually, now that I think about it, a couple of hours earlier, against Extremis Esports, and in a surprise turn of events, Demon's Force lost to Extremis 7-4 on the map of Oregon. Now, not exactly something we were expecting. Extremis really impressed us there with their homework done on Demon's Force, knowing that they like to play hyper-aggressive. So what they did, they held back, forced Demon's Force into making unnecessary peaks and mistakes, and punished them for it. Sure, Extremis had their own sets of mistakes here and there that they got punished for, but Demon's Force were the ones to ultimately lose, which speaks that, they're gonna have to go to the workshop for a little bit longer. As I'm just trying not to be too harsh, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of Extremis Esports, they were on 2-2, and that one will give them the 3-2, which seems to be a common trend right now between teams in the top 5, and that'll move them up, but we'll find out by how much at the end of this week when the final standings for the season are revealed and all division matches are taken care of. That'll be on Sunday, so it's a ways away for all of our viewers at home. There's non-stop siege action coming to your screens over the course of this season and the next season, of course, the next seasons, shall I say, because Season 2 qualifiers are live, and you can get yourself and your friends. Thank you. That was to our admin right there. As Season 2 qualifier registrations are live, ladies and gentlemen, and you can get your team, your friends, if you are, and your group of buddies just want to play in a competitive scene. It's up, it's open for grabs, and if you are solo looking for a team, then not to worry, solo registrations are also open. With all of that being said, there's only 4 days remaining for this registration, so you might want to make it quick and get in there as soon as possible. With all of that being said, I'm going to pass the mic over to Baba right now with the fact that 8 rounds have gone by and we're about to hit round 9. That's a lot of match right there that just happened.
And absolutely, Jack. We did see on the first half L2K was apparently winning a good amount of defense rounds. We did see Firefly for the past 5 rounds playing as the Montaigne. It did work out on the second round. It did not work out quite well in the past three rounds. In the first half, we did see L2K having a score count of 4-2, favoring to team L2K. They had the advantage in the first half, and then just suddenly Monka as just equalizes it, making it to 4-4 in the second half. And yeah, afterwards, when we were about to talk about definitely on round 9, he did disconnect, unfortunately, and that's the reason why we had to go for a rehost with a total of 10 kills. Talking about the way on defense that L2K was playing, we did see Blank playing very aggressively as the Jaeger, especially in the reading room. First, he gets an early kill right from the balcony of the reading room, and then second, in the window of the reading room, in which Jorah was quite unaware on what kind of position Jaeger was playing at. And then at the third time, he decides to go more aggressive by going in towards the master bedroom window, tries to eliminate definitely who was apparently in the rooftops of the reading room balcony. Unfortunately, definitely knew on what kind of aggressive plays that L2K has. But with knowing that they did, however, eliminate two of those players, L2K didn't had any problem with the execution wise from Monka S, and they just handled it very well. And also, how can I not forget about Fatals making an impressive 1v3 clutch on the first floor dining room? I believe, yeah, it was on first floor dining room on round 5. The smoke gas canisters in hand. He knew that there would be a Monty pushing in right from the laundry room. All he had to do was to just throw the smoke gas canisters to make sure that the push won't be able to come in. Although Firefly was giving good amount of information to his teammates, but unfortunately they couldn't get to connect with those shots. We did get to see a lot of clutches from not only from L2K but also from Monka S, especially Ishan. Now Ishan, on the first floor dining room, he was in a 1v2 situation, although Blank was there, who did eliminate Jorah with the high ground capabilities on the second floor master bedroom. Eliminating him was right apparently near the bomb site of the dining room, I believe. But they since the execution had to come in, and Ash apparently did went down to the hatches and decided to go for a cross push. Hopefully, uh, the amount of push that I saw from L2K was the Ace and the Ash decided to push in directly from the laundry. Although it would have been better if one of them pushed from the laundry and the other one started to push right from the breached wall. In that way, if one of them goes down, the other one might be able to have the jump on him so that he can be able to eliminate I Move to Line, who was apparently holding from that specific side in quite a long time. They even had the information, but due to the timing in which I Move to Lion took him out and the Ace decided to go for a revive, did not quite work well. But still, let's see what's going to happen as we are back from the game, ladies and gentlemen. Round 9, Monka S versus L2K. 4-4 is the score line on map Villa. As we proceed to round 9, Monka S on defense, they are performing quite well on defense, so maybe we might be able to see them making a flawless win on the second half. Who knows?
Definitely a flawless win could be on the cards for either side, given the fact that Monka S is now in the driver's seat with 3 rounds back to back in their favor. It will be pretty interesting to see how it moves on from here, as QB is going to take the 6 pick out of the Legion into the Vigil, as Blank goes out of the Sledge into the Buck. Second for trophy and stat room will be the side of choice. The Mira will come out once again. That's going to be pretty interesting to start from here on out to see exactly what these teams have come up with in the break that this rehost afforded them. Of course, we had to get QB back in the lobby. That's why the rehost was taken first and foremost. But more importantly, rehosts also give the teams time to sort of group up and just decide where they need to go with this game, where they need to make changes, where they need to improve as they move along and try to win this match. So, the little bit of a tactical side of the Rios is definitely there, and that is something that Monkas and L2K will have taken advantage of, no matter how much they may meme around in the alt chat, ladies and gentlemen. There's always some serious discussions going on in the background. Although, knowing Monkas, that's, that can be called into question sometimes. Speaking of which, they're going to have the line of sight open on that connecting door of astronomy, that is, that wall in between both side doors that overlooks the red carpet hallway down below. That's a pretty good area to watch as well. It's not exactly high traffic, but attackers do tend to go around that region every now and again, as a visual will be spotted. Nos, he's seeing that ERC-7 right now. He wants a piece of it, but Skipper might be the one to find QB right now. Any second now, Skipper could make this push happen. He could take out a big roamer, but he's going to take the cam out first, giving the visual the intel he needs to know that there's somebody down below, and it's probably a Zofia that is or is not pushing him. He's going to fall back, sees somebody or attempts to see somebody, pre-firing towards the study window. Still not going to find one, though, as the RD scanner comes out from the IQ, but unfortunately for Nos, QB has gone far, far back in this short amount of time that the RD scanner was not used for. Shots are fired, and there we go. Cube is going to come out on top of one encounter, and that is Skipper of the board. Big drop, but there's a refrag in. Unfortunately, he tried to rotate out the main stairs, and Blank was there to shut him down right here as the match will continue to move in a 4v4 situation, and bodies have to be traded as the rappel will be heard out. The Jaeger wants to go for this peak, not quite yet. Jora and I move to Lion's going to go down. In the meanwhile, Fados takes that kill. That's a big drop as well. That is the Melusia of the board. Shots are fired, trying to get a refrag in right now, but Fados is still alive and healthy as Nos takes a bit of damage, trying to push in through Study and the main stairs, but he's going to go down, and that is definitely Noob from inside a Study to take a kill. Will he be spotted by Blank? Yes, he will. That's another refrag, but Blank is now repelling in. The Mira shots are heard. Will he find the kill? No, both of them are out of ammo. The pistol comes out, but the Vector's been reloaded in the meanwhile, and there we go. The pistol will lose. Blank is down, and it's all down to Joda and Firefly against Fatals and JV. Fatals is the one with the diffuser, as Blank is trying to rotate down below for a potential revive, but I don't think he'll be able to get that, as the kill will be confirmed. There it is, and there's another one. Fatals is going to be dropped, but the ace comes around to find Firefly, meaning that it's a 1v1 between JV and Joda, effectively speaking, and Joda is on the main stairs entry. He's going to come, and C4 goes out, but that's just going to confirm on the down. That will confirm on both. Alrighty then, beautiful C4 from the last defender, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. He wanted to go for the revive, but it was not to be, as the damage carried over, and Monka S take yet another round. Round 9 goes to them, and they are now in the lead 5-4. Going into the 10th round, ladies and gentlemen, Monka S have turned it around big time, going into first floor dining and kitchen.
Well, what an impressive C4 from the Mira, eliminating two birds in one stone. As we proceed to round 10, first floor dining is going to be the side. Jora will be the one who's going to be six-picking from the Mute to the Mira. Now, Mira has been quite an important operator and also been dominating for the past 3 rounds, and it's favoring for Monka S, but looks like Jora will decide to pick the Bandit instead. Although we did see an interesting Mira wall being placed right from the statuary wall, which it was right from behind the master bedrooms in second floor. But since not picking the Mira, which would make Monka S give more defense, or maybe just delay the control for Team L2K to get a hold of the second floor master bedroom, so that they can be able to focus mainly on losing a lot of time rather than eliminating them one by one. Although at the time of execution phase, Team L2K will be forced to push into the side, and that's where the entire chaos and carnage would tend to happen. But we'll see what's going to happen as we are about to end the prep phase, and action phase will start to come in with the flip of a switch. There you go. Action phase will be in play for L2K on defense. Quite an interesting spawn pick that we do see here. One on the main entrance, one from the ruins, and the second in the fountain. Deployable shield being used from Firefly right nearby to the laundry room. It will be able to block some way of access, but the only way that he can pass through would be to either vault through the deployable shield, and that's going to be where the defenders have the advantage. We do see Blank trying to get control of the 90s hallway. Maybe going for a pre-fire just to get his luck. Apparently, sad to say that he won't be able to find any defenders who will be roaming. But with that push from Skipper, he may be able to find something, as we see Jorah performing a magic trick where he uses a bandit charges to shoot bullets. Amazing. With the 2 minute left here, we do see L2K still having a bit of problems, I believe. We did see the Ash apparently repelling in, and now she's in the windows of the trophy room, and Nos apparently inside the 90s hallway, hoping to get a connect here. With that drone out coming in from Blank, we'll be able to confirm that there is two players apparently in the astronomy room. And quite interestingly, two of them decides to go for a push right from the red stairs, surprisingly. I mean, there is the Ash, and to be honest, there are three players on the side of Team L2K apparently pushing in from the laundry room. One flank from red stairs will be able to get a miracle for the defenders if they find out about it. We do see Fatals holding an angle from the astronomy room with the Ace using his Selma breaches to open up the statuary wall. Getting the control, now we will be able to see the attackers opening up the floors, which would give a lot of problems for the defenders, who's apparently holding from dining room. And just as I was talking about it, the first frag comes in, and it's going to be Fatals eliminating Firefly. The smoke gas canisters won't be in play, and the attackers don't have to worry about it. The only thing that they do have to worry about it is the C4 that I move to Lion. The mute, actually the bandit in which the Jorah is playing on, but definitely will be able to find yet another man count reverse as he eliminates Blank. An important operator on the side of Team L2K has been eliminated with the score count being equalized. Let's see what's going to happen as we proceed to the execution time, that is the 30 seconds. Zofia using the impact needs to gain lines of sight, but at what cost? They are losing quite a lot of time here, and if they don't find a single body being dropped on the defense, it's going to cause a lot of damage. And looks like they will be able to find one. Fatals with the double kill, eliminating Jola. Quite a lot of gunfires being thrown out, but definitely will be able to confirm one. Nos goes down, and JV eliminates definitely. The plan goes in from Fatals, loses the gunfight to the Jaeger. The push comes in, the post-plan situation comes on, and here we go. Skipper as the last operator standing. He's going to eliminate the entire team with an incredible push, eliminating both of the players. It was too late for Monka S to eliminate the planter, in which Skipper got a hold of that opportunity, being very aggressive right from the red stage, starts pushing in, eliminates two of those players, although he didn't had a proper angle when he was making the high ground, when he was holding from the second floor master bedroom, using the vertical gameplay to his control. It didn't quite work out well, but it did work out when he started being aggressive, pushing in and eliminate two teams of Monka S. Great plays coming in from L2K as they yet again equalize the score. 5-5 is the score line. As we proceed to round 11, first floor dining is going to be the site yet again.
First floor dining and kitchen is going to be the side of choice coming out from Monka as the equalizers come in from L2K. Skipper pulling things out for his team exactly when needed, and that was definitely desperately needed for L2K. They do not want to lose this whatsoever, and they are trying their hardest. So are Monka S, mind you. And that round is a testament to that. It was a late round scramble that nobody really knew who would win. But it was L2K as their attack just turned out to be better. Even though pushing in through laundry like that, I'm pretty sure on a different day, it would have been punished heavily by the defending team, regardless of if that is Monka S, Kira Esports, or even Union Gaming. If the attackers are funneled in through laundry in that tightly, pretty sure it would be punished pretty hard. It's just the fact that it's this kind of a scramble where they're 5-4 up, Monka S that is, and the pressure is on them to try and get match point. They're trying to think ahead. They're trying to play 2 steps ahead, and I think that may or may not have potentially gotten to them. Again, that's all speculation. For all we know, it was just L2K winning their gunfights that won them that round. Pushes in, Nos in the meanwhile, inside a study. He's trying to get in there as Blank is holding an upside down rappel, and Fatals will join Skipper inside a study, just outside in fact, on the balcony, as the drones are going to go in. Fatal sees the traps being laid out for him, takes them out, as he will now self-drone himself and his teammate Skipper into the rest of AVG. They're trying to go for a wide push right now through AVG into Trophy and Statutory and to these two defenders who are above. And speaking of whom, Firefly, I think, is actually trying to go back downstairs. Nope, he's not. He's in bathroom. All right, he opened up that hatch as a quick means of exit. He also going to have those exit plans, of course, as Skipper still busy droning for his team, but Nos and Blank are already pushing Trophy. They've got to be careful right now. Statutory push is in as well, and this one is Nos. As Blank is going to go out of the Fox window, I think presumably to keep droning as Firefly's going to take some damage. Shots are fired, and the smoke finally goes down, leaving Legion the only one above. Will he find one? He might or might not. Shots are still being traded, and the body's going down. That is definitely a noob going down, ladies and gentlemen, as Fatals takes that kill. There's another roamer far side of towards the main stairs, and that could be QB, who is setting up potentially for a huge flank right now. There we go. Laundry push is going to come in, and the Thatcher's EMPs are going to allow the summer breaches to go off without issue, taking out the blue gemmers with them. As I move to line, is trying to dance around all of the verticality being used and exposed by L2K's attackers. Monka loses another one as Fatals finds his double, and QB now or never has to get in there. He will find one. Will he find two, though? There's somebody pushing him, and he will get that. Will he get the third? Not quite yet. Damage is done, though, and he's going to book it back into 90 hallway, knowing that Blank is gonna get him if he stays on that push. Fatals is getting the plant off in the meanwhile, and there's cover from his teammates as it's a 2v3 post plant. I move the line comes in. Is Sean? He's gonna find one. Yes, he is. That has almost secured the diffuser for him as a push from Kitchen is coming in, but there's also somebody in Laundry. He's gonna take him out. It's a 1v2. All down to QB. Last man standing is JV and Blank is gonna go for a prone peek. He's gonna see the Jaeger, and he's gonna take him out. L2K are going to win round 11, turning things around just like Monka S did not too long ago. And as we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, it is now match point for Team L2K. They were the ones 4-1 up going into round 6, and they are now 6-5 up against the defense of Monka S. It is the round of ones. That is round 12 on second floor Aviator and Games Room.
After 3 defense rounds in a row for Monka S, Team L2K has finally managed to bounce back as they are in match point. And I was about to be excited when Firefly decided to pick the Oryx, but unfortunately he's going to get 6-pick to the Bandit. Very sad, but hopefully let's going to see what's going to happen here as L2K is on match point. I do have to apologize for Jack because I just, yelled it out loud. I'm really sorry for that. Anyways, match point for L2K. The site being on second floor AVG, and all Monka S has to do is win 1 defense to put it on overtime, or we might be able to see Team L2K winning this specific site. Even though there is a Mira being picked, it will be very difficult for them to get the control on the reading room. So we'll see what kind of attack does L2K have in store. Although the only option for Team L2K to push in would be either on the statuary or trophy room, with getting control of second floor master bedroom. And I guess it's going to be that push. So we'll see what's going to happen as the setups are in. Action phase will commence, and with that, L2K is on match point. Blank with the sledge, and I believe we do see we are only going to be able to see one hard breach. That's going to be the ace JV. So he needs to be alive so that he can be able to open up at least the vault wall on the 90 hallway, so that they can be able to get some lines of access, hopefully to eliminate the particular player who tries to defend, so that they could be able to go for a default plant on the games room. The only problem that they do have to deal about is Jora with those mirrors being placed and the C4 in hand. Currently, Firefly is definitely not having his good day at all. The C4 being placed from Fatals, knowing that there is an Oryx in play, but little do he know that there is a Bandit. I do feel for you, Thatcher. I mean, you are kind of, he is a bit of worried that there is an Oryx. There might be bigger chances for the Bailiff Shotgun to open up the hatch and maybe, get up. And it's also a good prediction, but yep. That might go in the favor of the defenders here, knowing that one Claymore is being placed from that dedicated position. With a lot of time being wasted here on Team L2K, they're just trying to figure out on what kind of execution that they have to go to. with the deployable shield being placed near the 90s hallway and a C4 being set, it's going to be a matter of moment as the EMPs will be able to disable it, giving them a little bit of moment to get back, or else that C4 will be very devastating, eliminating 2 or maybe 3 players who are apparently pushing in from the 90 hallway. Well, that disabling will be at with a timer of 8 or 9 seconds, I believe, as the second EMP will be thrown out, trying to make sure that there won't be any electro claws or some kind of nitro cell will be thrown out, I believe, maybe. But with a lot of time being wasted on, yet again, I try to emphasize it quite a lot. For Team L2K, they only have 55 seconds left. QB with the first frag, eliminating JV. The C4 will be detonated, which gives Fatals in a very bad amount of HP. QB with a great angle will be able to get 2 kills as QB gets a double kill. Actually, definitely is the one to get the hand off of Skipper and Nos. That is unfortunate there. He was trying to get down. He was trying to repel in, but unfortunately, with that slightly missed timing, Monka S will be able to win it. Ishan with that final kill with the MP5 will be able to eliminate it, putting the match. I guess you know what, Jack? I'll just leave it back to you.
Thank you very much, Baba. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Overtime is in play as round 13 will be underway between Monka S and L2K. We expected nothing short of this, as all of us were talking about this game before the match started. The admin team and, of course, ourselves here at the WD Black Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. We were all talking about this, and we all kind of thought that, all right, overtime is probably going to be on the cards, and turns out it is. And just like I said, nothing less is to be expected, as we'll be going to second floor AVG once again from the side of Monka's defense right now. Team L2K on that last attack were a little bit too thinly stretched. It looked a little uncoordinated. Maybe there were issues on the comms. I'm not sure what happened, but their push wasn't there, and it didn't look like their heart was in it. Too much time was wasted. They couldn't get into sight, and the denial was very, very real from the side of Monka S, who will take that round and push to overtime, giving themselves one more chance at victory in this matchup, as we will quickly move to action phase of round 13.
10 seconds to go.
And I'm pretty sure, at least I hope, Nos will be, well, you know, judging the heights of the fall a little bit better than he did in that last round. I'm not going to say any more about that. We make those mistakes every now and again. So, you know, nothing too bad. No harm, no foul. As overtime action will commence. And Firefly making sure that the default plant spot is already, you know, open for vertical play, especially if any defender is alive on first floor and the plant is going off right behind that main vault door. Drones are going to come out from L2K. They really need to avoid losing bodies early. I mean, so do Monka S, but that point just sort of goes without saying. But losing bodies early for L2K is going to be pretty fatal, especially on overtime, because if they're not able to get the refrag in, they will not be looking solid as we move towards the mid-round. They're going for that wide push once again. Pressure being applied horizontally rather than vertically, as I don't see anybody trying to clear out QB from below, who is going for a long peek right now onto the bedroom balcony. Drones put into strategic positions, from L2K. They're looking to try and get this intel. They know the meta's in play. They know about the kind of utility that the defense have brought out. But again, it's what they're going to do about it is what really matters here. How quickly can they disable and take out the utility from Monka S's side, and how quickly can they make their execute after making that setup? The setup is very important for sure, but you know, hanging on the execute for too long is also very fatal for any attacking team, as we've got EMPs being thrown out, caught by Wumai Magnus. Not that it's going to do too little, as in reduce the effectiveness of the EMP, but QB, he's pushing 90 right now. He's aware that somebody's on that window. He's got to be afraid of that, but no, Blank is going to take him out instead, and that's a big first drop for Monka S, as shots are going to be fired because the Banshee has been set up, but there's the C4 from out of nowhere. X-Firefly is going to get that kill, and that's going to get a refrag or retaliation of sorts for the side of the defense. More EMPs are thrown out as finally the summer breach will go in. That's a little bit too low set, and that's going to be impact trick. The second one's going to go out. Not quite yet. JV, he knows better than to deploy it right now, but he's still going to do it. And will the second impact come out? Yes, it will. And it's not going to deny the... Yep, it didn't deny the summer breach. Unfortunate for Ishan, but he's going to have to play around Vault a little bit more carefully than he would have otherwise, because now that angle has been busted wide open. Vault is probably going to be peaked any second now. JV's just waiting for that as Fatals has gone in. He's trying to go into his default plan, but no, Jora's going to be there to deny as Firefly's gone for a big run out right now, but Jora finds another one. That's a double for him. Nos goes down. JV will fall as well as Skipper gets one, but it's a 1v3, and against Amira, he won't stand a chance as he will fall. Jora with 3 in the end of the round, as we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. The side of the defense, Monka S will take the first overtime round, and they will take overtime match point away from Team L2K. But now the tides turn, and L2K are the ones on the defense, and Monka S are the ones attacking, and things might not look too good. Attackers have not looked too good on Villa today, and as we move into round 14, second floor AVG being the side of choice, we'll find out if that is set to change.
Overtime match point in favor of Monka S. Winning defense on second for ABG. Now they are on attack. And looks like Team L2K will be the one defending in second for AVG2 with an interesting picks. We do see a Vamai Jaeger combo with those deployable shields on the 90s, but quite surprisingly, we won't be able to see a Mira being picked. Looks like Team L2K is confident enough to fend off Monka S's attack strategies by not picking Mira at all. It's actually quite interesting because we did get to see them winning quite a lot of those specific rounds, with the Blank being very aggressive as the Jaeger getting those 2 kills right from the reading room. Hopefully they're thinking of doing the same strategy yet again. But here's the problem. If you make those same strategies more of like 2 or 3 times, Monka S has a higher chances of adapting to it, hoping to eliminate the problem of the defense. And maybe they can be able to, you know, strengthen their weakness and eliminate L2K's weakness instead. Action phase will be in play. We do see Firefly playing as the Nomad. He decides to not pick the Mountain. He was apparently using the Mountain for around 5 rounds in total on first half, but now he decides to be serious and will be able to use the Nomad instead. Those air jabs will be able to fend off any flank rotation that comes in from L2K, making sure that there won't be any aggressive plays from them. Dronauts will come in from Monka as they start scanning the surrounding areas to make sure that there won't be any roamers being lurking around, maybe in the piano room or at the red stairs, to not get those surprise attacks. QB already inside the building. Maybe it's above the second floor the AVG, but Blank, he's actually trying to get a lot of time, trying to get that confirmation, but he's going to lose that gunfight even with the high ground. QB eliminating Blank will give them the man advantage. QB will be able to use the KSU lifeline to eliminate it, but he needs to be careful of those ADSs or the Vamai's magnet nades, in which it's been currently being placed right on the top of it. And with Vamai have to be careful on it, but Fadals with the SMG-11, he always make these incredible plays, eliminating Firefly. Nomad is no longer in play, and the man count is equalized yet again. The only problem is Monka S, they only have a minute and 30 seconds left. With only 1 body being dropped, though, they still have a chance to at least fend off these players who's apparently been going on. 1 impact will be caught from the magnet nades, and 2 of those concussive nades to make sure that there won't be any magnet nades being placed. Unfortunately, one more impact nade did use from Sophia, but unfortunately did not detonate. So Ishan will be there to use her breaching charges to destroy the barbed wires as well as the banshee Darren. The flashbang comes in, but JV with yet another beautiful angle eliminates Ishan, and a beautiful confusion from the Sophia, which would give Skipper an easy kill. Won't be able to expect that heavy push coming in from Hibana, as definitely eliminates Skipper. Gets the control on the reading room, but at what cost? They have less amount of time. With 2v3 situation, man count still advantageous for L2K, with the diffuser being dropped right from below the red stairs. They will, however, recover it, but the site being very strong and having no kind of information on what exactly that they're playing is going to be very difficult for them to hopefully get the win. 25 seconds left for Monka as the push will, however, come in. Definitely will be using one of the Escaro spells to give lines of sight. Won't be able to get it, but that impact check will be able to take it out. Two of those impact check will come in, and the push is going to be on 90 Olive. Won't be able to see the push as Melusi eliminates Jora and eliminates definitely two. L2K winning round 14 as they will yet again equalize the score count against Monka S. As we take a look at ACT Fibernet's instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final round of Monka S versus L2K, and this is the deciding factor on which map goes to which team.
For sure, Villa is up for grabs right now, and that is because we are all the way on maximum overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Second row trophy is going to be the site of the showdown, and Monka S, true to form, are going to be bringing in the Mira Jora, bringing in the Spanish defender for this fight, for this showdown. And is it about to be a beatdown, or are both teams going to go down to the 1v1? Some tells me it will be the latter option, as there's a couple of 6-picks out of the Thatcher into the Nomad and out of the Bandit, out of the Pulse into the Bandit. I've been messing that up today for whatever reason. But as we go into prep phase for round 15, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a big old game of Rainbow Six Siege, and nothing makes me happier as a caster than seeing these amazing games come out, especially from teams that have made it as far as they have in our region, as November Majors is going to be made even better because these teams will be playing not only here but also between themselves, in practice matches and whatnot, and they will be looking at these VODs and doing their homework going into the November Majors. It's going to make those matches and any upcoming matches in the league itself just that little bit more amazing, just a little bit more interesting to see as we are about to wrap up on tonight's match between Monka S and Team L2K. Interestingly enough, outside of, now that I look at it, the side of L2K have not made any changes to their attacking strategy in QB. Interestingly enough, decides to prone right by the landing door of second floor Aviator, just, being as a precaution that in case somebody was rappelling there, and he just need to make sure that it wasn't about to get picked early. But Deshaun, what is happening there? He's taken a lot of damage, and looks like it was a vertical play from the attackers that has put him all the way down to 1 HP. The man is barely alive right now, but he's got to stick it out for his team and for the match, for the points. It's all on the line, ladies and gentlemen. All right, interestingly enough, Jora inspecting the wall runs into Melusi as he will get a reset, pick it up. There we go. Got me nervous right there. Resetting with the C4 is not funny business, ladies and gentlemen. That is serious, but that verticality being played right there is going to open the Mira window. Very well done from L2K. That's an important piece of utility. They needed to shut down. Skipper's going to find one, but get refragged onto by QB. And that's a couple of bodies that needed to be dropped, and they have been dropped. A bandit trick comes out, as Blank will find definitely in the meanwhile, putting the side of Monka S on the chopping block, as flashbacks are going to come out. They're being caught by Wamami magnets, but they will still flash Firefly. He's caught inside a side. QB needs to come back, and Ishan needs to chime in for his team because only one attacker has dropped so far. And they absolutely need to find a couple more. Firefly's gonna find one. That's Blank off the board. Make it a 3v3. And he's still going for a bandit trick as QB will fall to Fatals. And beautiful shot by Firefly to find Fatals in the meanwhile. Beautifully done through the open. Mira, very, very brave from the man. He's also dropped Diffuser, mind you. And that's a kind of a tricky spot for JV because he knows that the bandit's still playing there. If he goes for the recovery, he's gonna get clotheslined by the MP7. And he's gotta be very careful. He's droned him out right now. He could go for a big peek. He could smoke it off and try and, prone his way to the diffuser, but he's not going to do that. He's trying to push in. They're trying to go for the kills. They have a little bit of time as the diffuser will not be recovered. Firefly drops it again, and there's JV down. I move to Lion comes in. Ishan with the final kill alongside his teammate, as the side of L2K will not be the ones to win this match. Overtime, round 15 goes to the side of Monka S, who, after a long struggle and an even longer match, are the ones to win tonight's match 8-7 on maximum overtime.
What an impressive match that we get to witness, ladies and gentlemen. Maximum overtime, and Monka S will win against L2K on map Villa. An exciting match, but hopefully, just like Jack actually was talking about it, with the majors coming in from the next month, hopefully we will be able to see some homeworks from L2K, just trying to figure out what kind of weaknesses that Monka S have, and the same thing goes to Monka S. So hopefully we might be able to see some fantastic action coming in from the majors. But for now, talking about this matchup, an exciting match. We did get to see maximum overtime. Also, some major mistakes coming in from both the teams. As per, I mean, Firefly, deciding to pick the Mountain, but anyways, we'll actually head on back and actually make some analysis as we get in to relive the moment, as we talk about the matches that we actually did get to see on the first round. L2K winning their first round of defense in the second floor AVG. It's not like I don't have any hate towards Firefly. We actually did get to see in the final round, where he was playing as the bandit, tricks two of those Selma breaches, gets triple kill in his hand, dropping the diffuser as well. What a fantastic player, to be honest. What a fantastic. Then the same thing goes to Blank too. He was an exciting player on both defense as well as on offense. He was apparently playing as the Jaeger and the Ash. He was most probably the main guy who used to get those early kills right off the bat, which led Monka as having a lot of problems dealing with. Round 2, we did get to see a lot of mix and matches, as Monka S had a lot of problems on attack, only winning round 2 on second floor trophy and round 6, which was on the same side. Unfortunately, L2K was very strong on defense on first floor dining and second floor AVG without the use of Mira. But interestingly, I mean, we did see L2K winning on second floor AVG too. You'd actually get to see how strong L2K is on defense on map Villa, and they make those exciting plays, especially if the teammates are in a bit of a pickle on the side of defense. There is always a way that team L2K always adapts to these certain situations. I'll maybe go for that kill, and yep, this I believe that was flanker. I believe, yeah, this round fatals with the 1v3 clutch there with the SMG-11, a perfect wall bang to QB, and the second to eliminate the Thatcher. All he had to do was just win a gunfight against Firefly, in which he had a lot of problems. He had a Legion Goomine in the feet. He had to remove it. If he did not, he would get constant amount of damage, and he had to worry about that gunfight. And just like that, 1v3 Fatals did, however, win this. And then, yes, as I was talking about it, the attack coordination from L2K had a lot of problems. Ace thinking of throwing a smoke grenade rather than going for a coordinated push did not quite work out well in his favor, and then he had to force a 1v1 fight against him. Although he did get the shoulders of the Jaeger, unfortunately, when I Move to Lion goes for that repeat, he did not win that gunfight. It was apparently a 3-4 on round 8, where Monka S starts to equalize the round, winning 3 rounds on defense back to back in the second half, and then L2K starts winning on round 10 and 11. They were on match point, and Monka S just immediately decides to just put it on overtime. What an impressive defense rounds coming in from both I Move to Lion and a perfect C4 coming in from Jora, especially on this round. The smoke was the reason why Jora was forced to use his C4 with that perfect down coming in from the Mira. It was a 1v2 situation. The smoke did come in and followed up with the C4, gets those 2 beautiful kills from that C4. And yeah, this round 11 was where Team L2K almost had the match under control, but unfortunately they could not, however, handle the defense, especially on overtime, with the side being on second floor AVG. According to Monka S, their only weakness was on the first floor dining. Although they did, however, win on round 7 with the clutch that we did get to see from Ishan, making a great 1v2. This pre-fire from QB did, however, get 2 kills out of that, and an unfortunate down from Nos. It was quite unfortunate for him, but unfortunately it did quite work out well for him. But Ah, well, in the end, we did get to see overtime match point in which Monka S had successfully defended, had total control over on defense, but they could not handle the attacks on Monka S, in which that was their only weakness in the map Villa. Hopefully, they can be able to, fix up their mistakes in the next match. But all in all, well performance from both the teams, and also a wonderful gunplays being introduced from both the teams.
Absolutely wonderful performance coming out from both sides. Monka and Team L2K, a fantastic show put on board for all of us here at the casting seat and for all of us here watching this game from our homes, as the match has just ended, of course. And it was a beautiful round 15 finish that we got to see. And right at the end, it looked like it was going to be so close. But of course, I Move to Lion and Firefly had other ideas. The open window, the open mirror window peak right there. I mean, how do you even get the idea to do that? I would be running tail between my legs. But no, Firefly was here to completely shut down the attackers, and Ishan was there to finish off the match. With all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the game between Team L2K and Monka S, and we will be right back in just a short moment. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Black Jack, and joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta, as we are here for the final game of this very late night, Extremis Esports versus Team L2K on the map of Cafe Dostoevsky, which will be starting on your screens right now, live for all of our viewers to watch. And it is going to be an exciting game indeed, isn't it, Baba?
Absolutely, Jack. We'll actually get to see some fantastic match. Although L2K not having a good day where they did, however, lose against Monka S on map Villa, maybe they can be able to make some amends against Extremis Esports on map Cafe Dostoevsky. The first ban phase will come into Team L2K. Maybe it's going to be an interesting ban, maybe a hard breacher. No, it's going to be the same ban yet again as we did see in the previous matchup. Blackbeard won't be in play now. Extremis, since the map is Cafe Dostoevsky, maybe a hard breacher ban or a Capitao ban would actually be interesting, but Thatcher, one of the most standard bans of them all, will be banned yet again on Cafe. I mean, there's not really much of a question here because Thatcher is bound to be banned sooner or later, knowing for the fact that he's way more powerful on any maps you need, except on map Coastline, in which it's more of like a frag fest. So coming up with the defender ban phase, we do see a Mira ban straight off from Extremis Esports. You don't want that mirror holding those particular angles, which does not even let the attackers coming through the side. And the last ban comes in from L2K, as they are going to be banning the Maestro. Now, Maestro's evil cams tend to prove quite efficient. He's more of like a half Valkyrie, half Echo, in which Echo is in quarantine, meaning that he won't be able to be in a competitive play. But enough of that. As we proceed to round one, let's take a look at the rosters of Team Extremis. We have Z Panda, Gypsy, Round, Psycho, and Vortex. And on the side of Team L2K, we have JV, Fadals, Skipper, Blank, and Nos. They'll be the one going on defense, and they'll be defending on third floor bar and cocktail lounge. But interestingly, hopefully we might be able to see some great plays, especially from Blank, who will be playing as the Wamai. The site, however, will be the same strategies, hopefully to make sure that they have piano control as best as possible, make some rotations from the cocktail lounge and also from the freezer too. And also the deployable, and also yes, the deployable shield from the Vamai towards the piano room, and a lot of ADSs to make sure that they get the make sure the attackers won't be able to remove the deployable shield as fast as possible. So round one is in play, and Jack, I leave the mic back to you.
Absolutely. A set of standard bans coming out on the map of Cafe, Blackbeard, Thatcher, Mira, and Maestro, as we'll be moving into the defense on round one from Team L2K. Extremis Esports, they had a great game earlier today in a surprising turn of events, beating Demas Force of all teams, while L2K, they just are coming off a game against Monka S, which went all the way to round 15. It was Monka S who were the ones who won, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a very exciting game indeed. Who knows, maybe this game might be able to top that, maybe not. We'll find out as we go along, as we're going to see the standard captain stuff come out from the attackers. Jones from below, and the hatch is being broken open as Psycho, the ace, is going to be the one hard breaching into piano. Cafe is just one of those maps where you really don't need two hard breachers per se. One hard breacher is more than enough, although unlike Coastline, where a hard breacher is recommended, Coastline you can get away without one. But on Cafe, Ace, pretty versatile, pretty, good, safe on range, and a fairly wide breach that he can make is going to be in play, while the runout's going to be watching the IQ Vortex down below, and with good suspicion, because Skipper was all the way down there waiting for a little bit of action for himself. Blanket, meanwhile, punch hole angles, he's just waiting for an attacker to come into his line of sight. But nothing quite yet. Ooh, that's a bullet hole peak that he's making just below the punch hole, but is that going to work out? He's going to find somebody? Not quite yet. Shots are fired in his direction, but no bodies have been taken out No bodies have dropped. No bodies have been taken out. No one is dead yet. As utility dump on Dark Spot has been done, as Skipper's going to find one. That's Round off the board. Big drop early. Round is a very influential player for the side of Extremis Esports, excuse me. As L2K, they get a good frag early. But will they get more? Z Panda takes some damage right there from his own Ash Charge, no less. He's got to be careful, though. He's down by a lot of HP. As he's going to slowly push in along with his team Psycho. Drops right Hash along with the teammates right now. And the push into Cold Room might come out. Summer Breaches on the Cold Room wall from Piano. Potentially. As L2K are still very much set in their positions. They're just waiting for Extremists to come in. They're waiting for the plays to happen. There you go. You can hear the Summer Breaches inside of Piano going off. And that's going to be a long angle. That's going to be contested by 3 defenders, no less. And Nos on White Stairs Corridor. He's got a shield to play around, of course, and tons of line of sight. He's going to take some damage. There's one that's going to fall. Z-Panda's on the board. It's a 5v3 now. L2K have all the advantage in the world. JV takes a bit of damage, but Vortex is going to go down on White, leaving it at 2v5. It's all down to Psycho and Gypsy in a last-ditch effort as Gypsy will fall. It's all down to Psycho. Can she make it out of this alive for her team? Is she going to be the one to clutch it out? Nope. Fatals is here to shut her down as Psycho will fall, and the smoke with the SMG-11 is going to be the one to get the kill. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, as round 1 goes the way of L2K. A very good defending round early to set up what may be the story for the rest of this match. Will it be? Will it not be? We'll find out. For now, round 2, kitchen service and kitchen cooking is underway.
A flawless win coming in from L2K with good amount of gunfights being won from Blank and Fatals. As we proceed to round 2, first floor kitchen is going to be the site. We do see a Valkyrie and a Mozdi in play, so maybe we might be able to see some roam capabilities. No, we do not, as we see a 6-pick coming in from the Blank as he switches from the Valkyrie to the Womai. So quite interestingly, I believe it is going to be a hard bakery hold from both the Jaeger as well as the Womai. Play some deployable shields and an ADSs. And yep, so maybe all the attackers need to do is either go head on, try to take out the reinforced wall, gain control of bakery, or they could be able to go around the back, maybe on the VIP corridor, to hopefully open up the freezer wall and get to the site. I mean, you do need a sledge or some kind of a soft breacher to make vertical lines of sight so that they can be able to eliminate the players in who is playing as the Buck. Unfortunately, he won't be able to have a frag grenade in which his secondary gadget only consists of a it only consists of a flash grenade. I mean, I do tend to get confused of flash grenade and a frag grenade. So yeah, as I was talking about it, he only has a claymore and a flashbang, so that the only thing he could do for now is to just exhaust the ADSs or Jaeger's the Womai's magnet maze. But we'll get to see as we proceed to the action phase. And I believe Buck, most probably Team Extremis Esports' main objective is to clear the 3rd floor and 2nd floor, just to make sure that there won't be any roamers roaming around on the side of Team L2K. And quite frankly, L2K has decided to go for a full-on stronghold into the side. There is no 2nd floor or a 2nd floor hold, or either on Train Museum or Reading Room. It's just going to be a full-on hold on the 1st floor. Instead, we do see a deployable shield being placed in nearby between the sites, as the attackers, as they slowly started to gain control of the 2nd floor, they will proceed to use either their breaching charges or skeleton keys to make vertical lines of sight. Ace's Selma breach is being used to open up the hatches, but he needs 2 of the Selma breaches to open up the hatch, which leads to only 1 Selma breaches to open up the freezer wall. Although there is only 1 hard breacher on the side of Extremis Esports, so there might possibly on the freezer push they need to be careful, because they have to vault in and win the gunfight against the Kaid, who is apparently holding the angle on the freezer, waiting for that breach to happen. Quite a lot of damage being taken around as Gypsy was trying to use the skeleton key to try to win the gunfight, and also a C4 being detonated. Well, Gypsy is in bit of a will be able to decrease quite a bit of a damage there, as Kaid challenging and wins that gunfight, eliminating Buck. But Saka will be there for that instant refrag, I believe, eliminating Kratos. But that C4 perfect eliminates Z Panda, which leads to a two-man disadvantage for Extremist Esports. They do have Psycho. She will be able to use her the summer breaches to open up freezer, but at what cost? The only thing that she could do right now is to just drop down from the hatch, use smokes for at least for a way of cover, and then push onto the side. Meanwhile, we do see Blank eliminating round an important kill for Team L2K as we reach the dying 30 seconds of the round. The drop comes in from both of these teams, and Nos will be there with the P10 Roni to eliminate both of those tier players. Team L2K winning round 2 on first floor kitchen as we proceed to round 3. 2 defense rounds in favor of Team L2K. If this goes on, L2K will still continue to dominate against Extremists' way of attack. Maybe it will be better to just try to just try to think something about it, especially when Buck, while he was trying to use the skeleton key to make vertical lines of sight right from the train museum, he did not expect it to see a Kaid trying to challenge him right from below. And even though he didn't had great amount of information on what kind of positions that they're playing in, maybe it's due to less amount of intel in which it happens. As we see S6P coming in as Vortex switches from the IQ to the Zofia, the site will be on second floor reading room.
Second floor reading room is going to be the site of choice, as L2K have taken a very good first 2 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely amazing from them, as the side of Extremists, unfortunately, not having the best of the early rounds so far. And that is definitely a very interesting start for the side of Extremists. It's not the best, and sure, even against the match, even against Demon's Force in the match earlier, they didn't exactly look at their top notch. The potential that they have is huge, but they weren't able to quite win this round. And this match so far hasn't exactly started out well for them either. Mind you, Extremist Esports are pretty much on the top of their game. They're on their toes and very much willing to turn things around as soon as possible, while L2K, Extremist Esports, they did have a match earlier as well, but unfortunately, it was not as recent as L2K's game. It was a while ago, and that is why, Extremists, they've had some time to cool down. L2K are still high on their own heels from that last game. And I know that analogy doesn't quite work out, but forgive me, as, I've had a lack of water in my system today. I'm pretty sure it's obvious, but of course that can be saved for later, as right now we've got the third floor push coming in on from the attackers. Extremists knows what they have to do. They have a good idea on what they really need, but they haven't been able to execute. They just have not been able to execute at all. And they're going to have to fix that going forward. Utilities are being spotted in the meanwhile, as Extremist now has a good idea of where what is. And Blank, in the meanwhile, he's got my magnets to protect himself, but the flashbangs are still going to flash him, given that the angle isn't exactly the best right behind that shield he is sitting on, of course. We've got an upside-down rappel on from round, along with Z Panda pushing into Piano. They're just a little bit apprehensive of Dark Spot, and as they should be, Nos is playing in that general vicinity right now. Vortex still holding on that main door runout. Doesn't have to, of course. There isn't any defender down by first floor, at least not just yet. There we go. Spots have come out. Nos is known, his location that is. And they are gonna have to find him, will they? But no, Nos is gonna find one. He's still on full HP. How? He will finally pay for his the push that he made earlier, leaving Blank the only one on second floor. Refrag came in, and a much needed one, as Extremists have finally taken another kill. L2K 4v4, excuse me, and the time is ticking away. That's what really matters right now. A lot of time has been wasted just by Nos and Blank being up there. They haven't even had to take many bodies, but there will be one taken down as JV goes down from Z Panda, who will find another one. Blank goes down as well, as the bodies have started to drop. The defense have lost a couple of very important key players, especially JV right there. Didn't need to drop right now, but the Melusi is going to be going down. It's all down to Fatals and Skipper, the last two remaining with 20 seconds on the board. Extremist needs to get in, and they need to get in as soon as possible. Will this pincer movement that they're trying from White, along with some verticality, work out? Gas grenades go out. Just make sure that Laundry cannot be pushed, and the SMG will find one. That's the diffuser down, but Skipper will drop in the meanwhile. There's a pushing from the Ash, and the kill will be confirmed as Z Panda comes in at the right time, and we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. The gas grenade did not affect him, and the smoke was the one to fall. Extremist Esports will take round 3 on the attack on second floor Reading Room and Fireplace Hall, as we'll be moving to round 4 with the momentum slightly broken, and it is 2-1 still in favor of L2K, and they're headed to third floor bar and cocktail lounge once again.
Well, round three goes to the favor of Extremist Esports. Winning their first attack round will be able to give some hope to hopefully equalize the match, the round against them. As the side, we're going to be seeing third floor bar picked from Team L2K as the 6th pick come in yet again from Vortex as he switches from the IQ to the Sophia. Now, I do have to agree with what Jack says. They have an idea about on how to push through, but they're having a bit of problems when it comes to intel wise, especially with the dronings, in which we did get to see them rectified in the previous round. Z Panda with those 3 kills, they did work out quite well, as we see Fatals going with asking for a rehost. I believe it is going for a rehost probably, but yeah, talking about the match in hand, L2K winning 2 rounds of defense, while Extremist Esports being their first round attack, with Z-Panda having a total of 4 kills. We'll see how well they'll be defending on third floor bar yet again. L2K didn't had any problems on defending third floor bar with the especially, I guess it was Blank who was playing as the Womai, holding on from the freezer, eliminating getting a few great kills right from the piano. He was at the piano room, then when he got to know that the attackers have already pushed him from the piano, he decides to just fall back and hold an angle from the freezer, in which he exactly did. As we proceed to the action phase, we still do see some slight reconfigurations coming in from L2K as Womai starts to pick up his deployable shield and place it nearby so that he can be able to make a pixel angle and hopefully will be able to get comfortable with it. Drone works will, however, come in from Extremists, especially Psycho and Z Panda, just to give those good amount of opportunities to check how many players are still available, how many of them are roaming, and how many of them can be able to take out. Hatches will be open from none other than the soft breacher Sledge, and the Nomad air jabs will be placed at a nearby runouts position, maybe on which connects from both the windows of the Red Stairs as well as the Trade Museum window. And the second one would be at I believe that's the only one that they can be able to put at, but when they come down, maybe they'll be able to place yet another Nomad air jabs near the Red Stairs. Flashbang comes in just to make sure that there will be any ADSs, or she was just trying to, blind these specific operators who thinks that he'll be able to hold an angle right from the window. Still, we do see Womai holding an angle from the piano, and he will get it, eliminating one, but Round will be there to get that perfect kill, eliminating Skipper, who was apparently in the Red Stairs. Zofia playing also very close from the deployable shield. The push comes in, but he will deny it. Excellent use of the MP5K, gets an easy headshot, eliminating Vortex. I do have to apologize for saying easy, but I did not expect to see that coming, ladies and gentlemen, as the Womai will be able to fall back from the freezer room, giving the 2-man disadvantage to Team Extremist Esports. Nos with the shotgun in hand, he is prepped up and ready for the rappel to come in, but is he ready for that nade? No, he does not. Starts to fall back, no damage being done with that Womai nade. If he tries to go for that frag grenade yet again, it will be able to capture, giving Nos the time to fall back. Round with an impressive wall bang. He's going to eliminate Fatals, equalizing the man count against both the teams, but unfortunately they only have 36 seconds left. They need to make a move, and quite sadly they are having a lot of problems to deal with, especially Blank with that triple kill. The Womai is on fire, and hopefully he is hungry for that ace. Apparently in the Red Stairs, have no idea what kind of push is coming in, and it looks like JV has taken it. has got it covered, eliminating 2 of those players. As we take a look at it in ACT Fibernet's instant replay, L2K strong on defense on round 4, third floor bar. As we proceed to round 5, first floor kitchen is going to be the site, and hopefully we might be able to see NOS continuing their win streak on defense, or maybe we might be able to see Extremists finding some weakness to hopefully eliminate it. Although I do have to appreciate Extremists because they were very close. They did get the control on piano. They did, however, get those 2 early kills, eliminating both Fatals and NOS. Actually, Fatals and Skipper. Skipper was apparently in the red stays trying to contest the red stays hatch, in which he did, however, lose the gunfight because high ground has the highest potential to win those gunfights. So that's the reason why Skipper did lose in the red stays. But even with the man disadvantage, L2K did finally manage to hold it out. And round 5, we'll get to see what's going to happen in the first floor kitchen side.
Absolutely, that final double kill from JV, very, very well done for L2K, as they are now 3-1 up going into round 5, ladies and gentlemen. Extremist Esports are, they're still, you know, a little shaky, a little all over the place, but they are bringing it close, and that's what really matters for them right now. They're learning on the go, having been placed in Division 1 of all divisions. You know, it's a very tough division to be in, especially against teams like L2K, against Monka S, Demus Force, Union Gaming, you name them, they're here. And to be against these teams and stay in Division 1 is a very tough ask indeed. We often talk about how Division 2 is the bloodbath division, one that you can't exactly stay in and, you know, for long. You either get promoted or relegated. Division 1, you know, it's tough to be in Division 1 just in general. Although that's just, you know, what we've seen in the many months of play over the previous league and this one. And Extremist Esports have been doing very well to come into Div 1 and try to stick it out. They definitely did very well against Demus Force earlier today, and against L2K, they've been bringing it in slowly and surely. They've even taken a round. That was on second floor reading room, mind you. And they might want to, you know, they might want to act on the advances that they made so far and turn those advances into executes and those executes into wins. That's what really matters for them right now, and they'll be looking to do that as we move forward with round 5. The red hash drop is going to come in. JV, in the meanwhile, setting up a C4 throw, I guess, or an impact trick area. But no, Z-Panda's already down there. A Skipper will go down. The man has taken control of the first floor dining room bar area, and that's big for the side of Extremist Esports. That cuts off a huge portion of first floor for the side of L2K. They cannot rotate through there, and even though they have it blocked off via barricade, even if someone were to rotate through courtroom, they're gonna face Z-Panda first and foremost. Drones are coming in as Extremists. They want to make sure that that first kill is not in vain. Establishing verticality is very important. Now, that was a smart way to do it, opening up rotates along with, and Fatals will drop as a result of that. Vortex, beautifully done, as his third breach charge is going to go off. In the meanwhile, summer breaches on the hatch from Psycho are going to establish a hatch drop entry for the side of Extremists as well. So far, the early and mid game has been theirs, but they need to establish their dominance in the late game. If they are not able to, if they give away too many inches to the side of L2K's defense, then Extremists will be falling once again, quite literally, as they try to drop in through Cold Room. They're droning exactly for that. Nos, he's waiting for that drop to come in. JV's there as well, trying to contest vertical, and Blank in the meanwhile holding on the shield in Small Bakery. Sees round, but he's not able to get the kill just yet. He's very dangerously hung on that peak, as Vortex is going to find one. JV takes a kill, and that may be the start of the end for Extremists' push if they aren't able to get their act together right now. Round makes a peek, he's gonna get that kill. That's a Small Bakery defender taken care of, but JB's found Z-Panda in the meanwhile, and the Legion, unfortunately, unaware of where he was supposed to go, as the Kaid is the last one standing. They have to get in, they have to get the plant off. Where is Psycho? She is in sight, getting the plant off, and now JV, it's all on him. He's gotta push, he's gotta get this post plant, because it is a 1v3 with the diffuser in place. Extremists have done well so far. Now they need to hold post plant, and it's something that they weren't able to do against Dima's Force in the early game. Will they be able to will they be able to correct their mistakes right now? JV fighting for his team, fighting for the round, and his life has got it all on the line, but it won't work. The air jab blows him away, and Psycho finishes the kill with the AK-12 as another round will go the way of Extremist Esports. Round 5 on First Floor Kitchen goes to them, as it is now 3-2 in favor of L2K, still going to round 6.
Well, an impressive place coming in from Vortex, using the vertical lines of sight to eliminate most of the players, especially the Pulse, who was apparently using his cardiac senses to give information, but he couldn't, however, challenge the vertical lines of sight in which Zofia was holding on. As we proceed to round 6, we do see First Floor Kitchen, and yet again we do see that 6-pick yet again, but most of the time you do see an IQ being switched up to the Zofia, but now it is the exact opposite. We do see an IQ being in play, knowing the fact that there is a Valkyrie. Those cameras, if they do not, however, eliminate it as soon as possible, Team L2K will get control of that situation. Now, on round 6, we do see the same side being picked, and hopefully, on the side of Team L2K, the only problem was in the previous 2 rounds. We did see an early pick, especially Skipper, who was playing as the Jaeger, he was trying to, reposition himself back from the VIP lounge, but he did not get to see that there was the Ash who's already in and gets the kill quite fast, and also giving them the confirmation that there won't be any runners in play made the attackers decide to do in and do the vertical push play, and it actually worked out quite well. But let's see what's going to happen on this specific round, as the action phase will be in play, and hopefully Team L2K won't be able to make those little mistakes. We do see a deployable shield being used on the VIP lounge with Vomai. He has those magnets. All he has to do is wait for that perfect moment for them to at least throw 1 flashbangs, so that he can be able to throw his magnet days and time it well to take out those Ashes breaching charge. Drones will come in from the attackers to make sure that the piano site is clear, and the second floor fireplace hall should be clear as well, so that they could continue using those air jabs to make sure that the flanks would come in, and also the breaching charges to make vertical lines of sight. We do see Blank playing on the VIP runes yet again. Quite interesting. He's going to pick his deployable shield back. He's going to replace it back again. Maybe he's trying to get that perfect angle. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. But we'll get to see what's going to happen there. We do see Nos with those perfectly used Valkyrie cams. The only problem is you have exactly no idea on where it is placed. So we'll get to see what's going to happen here. Although we don't see L2K using a castle, it would have been better if they add a castle panel, so that Vamaya has to only worry about the main stairs rather than worrying about the brown stairs too. But it will be very difficult for Blank to, get those perfect confirmation on kills. So we'll get to see how well especially Blank is going to, make a adaptation into it. We do see Gypsy with the skeleton key. He's going to prep up by opening up the floors of Boat Train Museum. C4 comes in, barely alive. Gypsy looks like he has got the luck in his favor, and he's still alive. Quite interestingly, we haven't seen any man drop coming out just yet, but looks like the drop will come in from Gypsy, as the second Nitro C4 will be thrown from JV. Not enough information to get to know that if a specific operator is dropped, so the attacker shouldn't have any problems to picking him back up. Now with that, we are about to reach the 55-second timer, and here we go. The first frag comes in, and it's going to be round, eliminating JV, the Kaid. I believe that was from the Train Museum vertical control. With the hatch being opened, they are prepped in for the push, and they're just waiting for the smoke canisters to dissipate so that they can fall back and just apparently go to eliminate it. Another vertical lines of sight being used from Ash with her breach charge. Apparently, Fatal is playing also very close near the default site. It's going to be very difficult for them. Round will be able to take a lot of damage. A second smoke cancer throws in. The shotgun will be there, but that heavy aggressive push is not advised for Extremist Esports, as the entire half of that push didn't quite outwork well. Vortex, he has to plant the bomb, but a fake plant will come in. He has to go for the frag. He'll be able to take one, but Skipper will be there to eliminate Vortex. Team L2K winning a round 6 on First Floor Kitchen. as we proceed to round 7. 4-2 is the score line, and N2K will be going on attack. Not quite sure what Extremis was thinking about at that exact moment. I mean, you do know that there is. I do know that there is a smoke canister in the doorway. It would have been better for one particular player to just push in from the door, and the second to just, try to vault in from the kitchen, so that they'll be able to get a kill. I believe they did, but we actually didn't get to see it on the camp's perspective, because there was a lot of chaos going in. One, it was the smoke gas canisters. The second was the shotgun, and the third, the refrag games coming in from both the teams. But an impressive hold coming in from L2K as we proceed to round 7. Third floor bar is going to be the side, with the sixth pick coming in as he changes from the Twitch to the IQ.
IQ being brought in from the side of L2K. No surprises right there, as the numerous and, very numerous wooden panels on the floor means that, Nos can just get in on the second floor and take out a bunch of utility away from the side of the defenders. Gypsy, Psycho, not necessarily Goyo, excuse me. I was about to say Goyo, but no, Psycho's safe with her Goyo shields right there. But Vortex's ADSs will be called into question. Z-Panda's black eye cameras, Gypsy's will mine magnets, and even if Nos is, fortunate in a certain way, he might be able to get a couple of gas canisters of smokes, because they are detectable by IQ's scanner. It seems redundant, seeing as soon as the canisters are thrown, they are detonated, and, that's that. But every now and again, you do see that. I've seen that in matches in the league itself, and I haven't gotten to call them out because they're usually in big scramble situations, and whoever's playing IQ just happens to have the scanner up. So no surprises that, like I said, is a little redundant to talk about, but it's an interesting interaction that exists within the game. And it's just little interactions like that that really add up when you think about it. Speaking of, the RED scanner is going to be deployed right now, and there we go. Although Ping 2.0 was used in that situation, that camera needs to be taken out, and Nos is going to have to climb onto the ledge outside of the mining room, or he could just get up on the car. He could actually get up on the car. That's a long angle that is employable for the attackers, but he's going to decide not to. I feel like one of his teammates has already taken care of it, so he doesn't have to worry. He will just mosey on his way into the second floor. Alongside Blank, Nos is going to make a push, as Skipper is going to be the one droning top. He knows that there's a Womai dark spot, but now he knows that there's Jaeger playing by Cigar Shop as well. Blank's going to take a bit of damage, not really sure as to where, as Nos is going to see those defended utilities. That's an ADS taken care of. Magnets, he's about to go and take care of those as well. He's going to switch out to the hallway, though, because, again, while the RED scanner allows IQ to see utilities through walls, it doesn't allow herself to pass through walls. That would be just maybe a little too broken. Maybe, just maybe. Anyway, coming back to the point at hand. White is being held by Psycho, the Goyo, alongside Gypsy, as an Astra is going to come out. There goes the Vulcan shield. Gypsy just gonna, move into bathrooms. Excuse me, I had to pause for a second. Move into bathrooms just by the side, the edge of the fire, and now he's been spotted in there as well. It's a pretty precarious situation that he's playing, and he's gonna fall back. Oh my. He's just dancing around that corridor, really. Nobody on the window has given him that freedom to do so, and understandably so, as the ping comes out, but Nos is not going to connect onto the defender that is right next to him inside of the fireplace hall, and there we go. Nos is going to go down. Vortex with the kill. He's going to find one more. He's going to peek out, and he will. The grenade wasn't even cooked. That's unfortunate, as Vortex will take a double and mosey his way out of the fireplace room, leaving only 20 seconds for the side of L2K to get in. Two big drops as well, as third floor bar looks like will be going the way of Extremist Esports. A beautiful defense from them, as L2K are yet to make any headway into sight. Gypsy's trying to push. Black's going to find one in the meanwhile. Round goes down, but there's the Womai. He's going to be taken down. That's a beautiful turnaround. Suddenly he's a 3v2, but they need to get the plant off. Fatals, he doesn't have time. He's rotated all the way to bar, and he will get the plant down. At least he's sticking it. Vortex needs to deny, but there's operators close by inside inside of cold room and inside of lounge, and it's a post plant 1v3. L2K have suddenly turned this around, and it's all down to Vortex in a surprise situation, and he will not get it as round 7 will go the way of Team L2K. It did not look like it, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. It did not look like it. It did not look like the round was about to go their way, ladies and gentlemen. But Extremis Esports could not hold on for long enough. They were trying to wait. Wait out the timer, but L2K came out strong with a sudden dose of aggression that allowed them to push in, as they will take one more round. It is now 5-2 up in their favor as we go to round 8, third floor bar and cocktail lounge once again.
Well, Vortex, he actually did try to, equalize the favor by eliminating 2 of those players, one from the fireplace hall, second from the train museum. By the time he went back to rotate, by the time he tried to went back and rotate back at the site, the defenders, however, could not handle the push from L2K's attack, especially Fatals and Blank with an impressive flick that I actually did get to see, eliminating the Wamai, who was apparently pushing in. For a moment there, we thought Gypsy, I guess it was Gypsy from the previous round, was about to get a kill on towards the Ash, but he could not, leaving L2K having the diffuser in hand. The Ash had to push in and plant on the bar, in which he exactly did it. But with Team L2K having a solid lead, 5-2, a little bit of problems there, as Z Panda and Psycho had a little bit of problems, but they'll just step aside and just move back. Action phase will be in play. All L2K needs is 2 more rounds to seal the deal against Extremis Esports. Looks like Extremis Esports, they've only won 2 rounds of attack. That would be on round 3 second floor reading and round 5 first floor kitchen. Other than that, we haven't seen any defense wins coming in from them, although Vortex did try to make a win, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. We do see Vortex in the cigar, actually from the piano room, as the repel will, however, come in from Team L2K, trying to make sure that they won't be able to, get the early frag. I mean, Vortex, who's playing also very close from the piano, if he hears one of those repels, he can be able to eliminate it as best as possible, as we hear one of those Selma breaches being opened up from the red stage. The repel do, however, come in from the sledge. As he throws the drone, we'll be able to get the information saying that Vortex will be playing near the piano. The push comes in as he is going to down one. The timing comes in from Vortex as he eliminates JV, takes off the drone work, but does he know that there is one guy rappelling in from the window of piano? I think he does, but looks like Skipper is just going to fall back for now. Nos doing the same work yet again, supporting his teammates as best as he can, eliminating those magnet nades as well as the ADSs. So I believe with that information being relayed, all he has to say is throw 1 flashbang for the confirmation, followed actually 2 flashbangs and 1 Ash's breaching charge to evidently remove the utility. Grenade comes in from Skipper and he is going to eliminate Vortex, giving the control on piano, but not for long. We still do have Gypsy with the AUG assault rifle, a powerful weapon, eliminating Skipper, giving them the control of piano yet again. They only have 1 minute left as Blank tries to do the vertical control right from the reading room. Unfortunately, won't be able to get a kill instead. Now, since Extremis Esports did hold piano room, this might go in the favor of Extremis Esports. All they have to do is to waste a lot of time for L2K and they could be victorious. Well, a lot of time being wasted and a lot of silence happening from both of the teams. It's just going to be a matter of moments when that gunshot starts to follow up. A little bit of missed opportunity from Blank as he tried to pre-fire but won't be able to get the head instead. The push will, however, come in as we reach the 25-second mark. Smoke canister will be able to decrease quite a lot of HP from Fatals. And looks like L2K is having a problem on the push because there is the smoke with those smoke gas canisters delaying their push. 10 seconds remaining. The push will, however, come in as Blank eliminates one. The Nos pushes in. Will Blank be able to get one? No, he loses that gunfights to the Valkyrie. But Valkyrie's, actually, the IQ is here for the push. Doesn't have the diffuser in hand. And just like that, Extremis Esports will win round 8 on third floor bar with a great patience coming in from them, making sure that the piano control will not go to the attackers. And Vomai, he made it sure that they won't get that control, which leads to the attackers execute on the third floor bar. There was smoke gas canisters, which let the attackers wait for more than 10 seconds. And just like that, Extremist Esports will get a hold of that situation as we proceed to round 9. First floor kitchen's going to be the side with the 6 pick coming in, as the Goyo will be switched to the Vigil. Yep, there we go. The Goyo will be switched to the Vigil.
Attackers need to locate and
Interesting
defuse
6 pick
bomb.
right there, not opting for the deployable shields of Goyo. Mind you, he gets 2 of those, ladies and gentlemen. And given the way deployable shields work these days in the game, it's a pretty valuable asset to have, especially when you're playing a site that usually entails a lot of deployable shields. But without the Goyo, even then, they have... Actually, I'm not sure which one of these operators has the deployable shield outside of Gypsy. Valkyrie can bring out one, but no, there are none. There's 3 C4s in there. Okay, that's a lot of explosive potential from the side of Extremist Esports. They do not
That's
want
a
to
lot
sit
of
behind.
damage.
That is. I don't know if flex tape is going to be enough this time for L2K, but who knows? They might be able to avoid any critical hits right now. Extremists will not be looking to sit behind shields. That's the point I was trying to make right there. And which is actually a bit of a change up from what they were doing against Demon's Force in the earlier game. They were sitting behind shields, they were sitting behind cover, waiting for Demon's Force to make their mistakes. But L2K is a different kind of team. They are not as hyper aggressive for most of the round as Demon's Force is. They like to burn utility and they like to throw everything they can at a situation before they make their push happen. And that's an interesting use of the summer boosters right there, with the soft wall right next to it. All right, I respect that, opening up a line of sight. And Fatal's gonna use his Ash Charge on the soft part of the main cold room wall. That is the run-in opened up, but now they have to be careful on White Stairs. They have to be careful on Lounge, and that's where Psycho's playing, and Vortex on the second floor roam. Interesting situations being brought out from the side of L2K. They know what they need to do, but they need to get in there as quickly as possible. That's a smoke grenade. Closing off lines inside of Z-Panda's gonna go down. Blank takes that kill, and there goes the Malusi. Vortex is inside of sight. Has to be careful right now in cold room as another summer breach will go off. I'm not sure if that was meant to be an impact grenade that exploded at the feet of the Ash, but that has done the trick as a summer breach has been denied. But now the man is out. Vortex, that is out of those impact nades. He has to try and contest this directly if he wants to stop L2K from getting in, who are looking to pull things around right now, not give Extremists any bit of room to work with,
Covered the diffuser.
as they're going to go into their drones nice and quickly. They've got plenty of time, minute 15 remaining, but Vortex still on this spot. Unfortunately, Round, unaware of the fact that JV was going to be peeking that cold room entryway, as Vortex finds 2. JV and Nos go down, and that's a big turnaround right now. Vortex is taking a lot of damage, though. He's trying to rotate up White. The diffuser's been dropped, and Fatal's going to go in for the plant, leaving Vortex and Gypsy, the last 2 remaining. The Vigil's been fighting for his life this entire time, and Gypsy inside of sight. The plant goes off right next to him, and now they have to play post-plant in a 2v3 situation. Skipper's gonna find Vortex. It's now a 1v3, all down to Gypsy, who will not be able to confirm anything. Fatals comes in for the kill. Gypsy falls, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, as round 9 goes the way of Team L2K. First floor kitchen goes to them in what was a brilliant take from Cold Room. And with that, match point is confirmed as well, as 6-3 is the scoreline in favor of Live to Kill, as we will move to round 10, first floor kitchen service and kitchen cooking.
Match point for Team L2K. The site will be the same, first floor kitchen, as Z Panda decides to make a slight change of the operator, as he's going to be playing as the Kapkan. In the recent round, he used to play as the Jaeger. Well, never mind. Looks like Z Panda always likes to, bamboozle the casters instead, and decides to pick the Frost instead.
If I were to
Attackers need to locate and
if I were to
defuse bomb.
intervene right there, Baba, there's something I mentioned when I was casting with Foxy. Streamers brought up the Frost, right? Notorious
Yeah.
from Demon's Force. He fell into Frost traps twice, and I dubbed that the Frost 1-2 Shinbreaker combo. Are we gonna see some more of that today? I really want to know.
I mean, I actually do have to agree on that, Jack. I mean, well, hopefully, who knows? We might be able to see that combo yet again. Who knows? Because the Frost being in play and also interestingly placed near the vault rotation in the cold room. Will L2K know this trap or will they adapt to it? That is the biggest question here. As we proceed to the action phase, the match point for Team L2K, Frost being picked from Z Panda, and L2K will be mostly worried about taking out those EDDs, but it shouldn't be much of a problem for IQ. As I was about to say it, but do they know that instead of a cap can, there is a Frost being played and they need to be careful? But looks like Fatal's going to eliminate Gypsy while he was trying to reinforce the small bakery, but looks like they have got control of the small bakery with a less amount of a minute here. L2K already in a huge advantage as Extremist Esports need to be careful. A lot of drone works will come in. The first early frags do come in as one of the ash breaching charge will be used to apparently take out the utilities, I believe. No, maybe to open up the soft breaches. I have no idea. But with L2K's positioning that they're in right now, they just only need the control of the site. There you go. Smokes will be able to throw. Smokes will be able to throw as we hear the impact nades being thrown out too. The IQ will be able to detect exactly where Jaeger's location is. Fatal is going for the plant. There is no C4 for denials at all. A lot of pre-fires. Nos wins the gunfight. Round with the knife. Nos with a double kill, eliminating Psycho. And now it is a post-plant situation for Extremist Esports. Flank gets another one, eliminating Round. And that is it for Team Extremist. L2K with a perfect round 10. Defeating Extremists on map Cafe Dostoyevsky. Man, I did not expect to see that coming there. Although, to be honest, Extremists had a little bit of tricks up their sleeve, picking up the Frost. They actually did place it in a cold room, but little did they know the push that they were trying to go in was on the bakery side. And getting that first early frag, eliminating Vomai, gave them the control of towards the bakery. All they had to do was to just throw smoke grenades and go for the plant, in which they exactly did. 14 kills. 14 kills from JV, I believe. What a match. What a match.
An absolutely amazing match coming out from the side of Team L2K off the back of a very close but unfortunate loss against Monka S. They came back and made sure that they were not losing any more games tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This match will not only speak well in the leaderboards later on in the week, but it will also do wonders for their round conversion rate. It's a very important statistic which sometimes goes into determining where each team stands in a leaderboard, but of course more on that later when the statistics are released at the end of the season. Right now we're going to go over the highlights of this match with Relive the Moment, as it has been a great game coming out from both teams. It was amazing to see Extremists try as hard as they did, and they brought it close, mind you. They brought it very close in many rounds, but L2K, they win their scrambles very well. They know those situations, and they know what they need to do, as they were the ones to take round after round. But off the back of the earlier game today against Demon's Force, and in this game in general, we have been very impressed by Extremists' performance today, and we will look forward to more matches from them in the remaining play day of Division 1. That is, of course, tomorrow, but more on that tomorrow, as that shot from Fatals, he's been doing well with the SMG-11 today, ladies and gentlemen, and that has shown in his record time and time again. He has just been bringing out kill after kill, did a beautiful clutch as well, and once again it was with that SMG-11. Coming on to round 4, this was a push that I don't think L2K were all too ready for. This is round 4, third floor bar, the site that they did still win, and it was JV right at the end with a beautiful double that clutched this round. In the meanwhile, this is round 6. There's a couple rounds here and there, some rounds don't really have the highlight-worthy clips right at the end, but this one for sure was, as this is just after a loss on Kitchen from L2K's side. What they did to compensate for the cold room push from the side of Extremists, stick a smoke with a shotgun right by the bomb and in front of Cold Room. That is literally all they did, and it worked out. It did pretty well for them. I know that's a bit of a crude analogy, but hey, it is what it is. Sometimes words fail you, and you have to go for the simplest of them all. with all that being said, with all that being said, going on to roll swap 4-2 in their favor. It wasn't like L2K was about to stop, and they did not. That was a scramble finish, by the way, the way they held on. And then a couple rounds later, after having a round loss on bar 2, Extremis' defense, they went to Kitchen, and back-to-back Kitchen wins. Post-plant didn't work out for Gypsy and Vortex, as they were taken care of one by one in quick succession. And then, of course, round 10, the round that we just saw live. Well, we all know what went down on round 10, ladies and gentlemen. With all that being said, it has been a fantastic day of games today from us here at the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, as we will be saying good night for day 5, technically day 6 if you really count the time. But then again, none of us have slept, so it really doesn't matter. But regardless, a quick overview of the matches that we have had today. Demon's Force versus Extremis Esports happened earlier in the day, and it was Extremis Esports 7-4, a surprise performance from them. Definitely the underdog story in that round, in that match, and they turned things around for themselves very, very well indeed. Coming around to the matches later on tonight, the first match we had on the second half was L2K versus Monka S. And Monkas finally turned things around at 8-7 after a 1-4 down in the early match. You know, going into round 6, they were 1-4 down. It was a big time for them. They needed to step up, and they did. 4 rounds back-to-back, taking the lead and not giving up until round 15. Then coming around to Cafe Dostoevsky, the last match, well, we all know what happened right here. It was Team L2K through and through with a couple of Extremis Esports rounds here and there. 7-3 to L2K, as they are the ones to close out the night and take Cafe Dostoevsky as a win. With all of that being said, that is going to be it from myself, Blackjack, my co-host Babagusta, and our admin Eisen, as we will be saying good night, and we will be coming back with the last day of Division 1 in Season 1 tomorrow, and we will see you there with more Siege action. Stay tuned, and good night.